Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 2. Last time we arrived at this village, and now we should go talk to Mr. Gadan, who's the Skyway manager, so hopefully we can get the hell out of here. He doesn't seem to have any problem eating. We actually talked to a couple people last time who said something about that. Yeah, he seems to be doing just fine as far as... What the hell's with that tongue? Wow, this guy looks freaky, and take a look at that tongue. Watch this. That's a little big. And so is he. I'm here to change your mind. Vital time for business. People drops efficiency. There's a good idea. Ah. Headed to Grandia. Well, more business. How much do you want? 10,000 gold. Look at his expression in his little portrait there. Yeah, he's only slightly looking insane at this point. Now, you may remember last time, we've made a deal, but if you remember last time, I had about 8,000 gold and I spent about 4,500 of it, so I'm kind of short at this point. Last tram is already... Of course it is. Now there will be about... Well, we keep sleeping away days because we can't seem to go anywhere. We slept in the baked plains, got here too late to get in the city. Then we slept so we could get into the city, got into the city, and now we can't go anywhere because the thing's already left. Man, we should probably get up a little earlier. But then again, I don't like getting up early either, so I don't really blame them. Obviously, you can still stuff yourself with food. Why do you not share your secret with the townsfolk? Shut up, Elena. We're doing business here. Trying to get things done. Well, no. But why is everybody else suffering? Hardly good for business. With no cure... Is that so? Perhaps others have sinned before Grandia. Perhaps I alone remain blessed. Who can fathom the mind of God? Ah, food. Yeah, lucky him that his... I don't know why he's using a knife and fork to cut into what appears to be a fish. That doesn't seem to be the right way of going about that, but... yeah, he seems to have an infinite amount of food because every time he cuts it and pulls off a slab, it's still there. What? Yeah, I think he was saying something about, the sister smells good. Yeah, Rito. Seems that so he does, otherwise they would have all left long time ago. And you're just the manager, so what exactly do you do? Been touched by the hand of Grandia, huh? I am no expert. You should inquire within the church outside town. Smell fine, my dear sister. Tomorrow then. Yeah, Ryudo's treating this as all business, while Elena, of course, reacts in a very emotional, personal manner. It's a very kind of telling of her character. Yeah, she doesn't like him, and she definitely likes, to be nice to everybody. That's kind of her personality going forward. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to... Stop eating. Yeah, we don't have quite enough. Better start digging in our couches for change. I like Sky's idea here. That's why I like you, Sky. Always thinking. We do indeed. And that doesn't mean that we can't kill him. That means that we have to do something before we leave. How could this happen? that man, because he's not really a man. He's a thing. He's a very weird thing, but yeah. Should ask the father at the church. Don't have time for the church girl routine. This town, terrible. I cannot ignore those in need. We don't need any more trouble than we already have. And even Rowan is trying to play the puppy dog eyes here. And it's like, what's wrong with going to the church? Shut your damn yap, Kib. This is not a stroll to the altar. We're not in this bloody church choir. There's a... Yeah. I think there's another one coming up. He's like, don't be so quick to apologize. Come on, let's go find the church. What Ryudo does in reference... just note this for later. Oh, it doesn't make any noise right now. That will make noise at a later date. Oh, am I going the wrong way? There it is. Yeah, find the blue road and it'll lead you up here. But yeah, there's an aspect to Ryudo's character and kind of his relationship with Elena that is rather interesting going forward here. Anyway, let's head in the church here. What do you have to say? I got tired and passed out while working and woke up. So it looks like the church is still doing their job and helping people, but nobody else seems to be coming here. Come with a question. What has happened? Lost the blessing, huh? If you want to keep your job as Supreme Overlord, you should keep your naughty and nice list straight. Completely anachronistic, but I love it. And he's specifically, you know, kind of critical and, you know, a bit more of an ass every time there's a church involved. He really does not like religion. Yeah, about 200 pounds more blessed than anyone else here. Awesome. He was once a good man, loved by all. Oh, was he? It's interesting. He seems more obsessed with food now. And nutrition? Yeah, no, stuffing his face. It occurred around the same time that our current misfortunes befell us. Which we heard from somebody in the previous episode was, I believe, only 10 days ago. Or maybe it was from Gadan this time. It's hard to remember. People deal with depression differently. Some sleep, others write. Someone sucks food down their throat like garbage chutes. Awesome. He doesn't have a lack of tact. He's just not a very nice person. He's kind of an asshole. The truth from above, huh? Okay. Let's follow him upstairs then. Go. Oh, can I actually? Thank you. Okay, let's run upstairs and talk to him again. You can see the whole town from here. While you're a church on a hill, I would expect you would. The things he's trying to note out are the stones there. As you can see, they form kind of a triangle. Part of a single ruin. Well, they're not really all that far away from each other. So I would guess that, yeah, they're part of the same ruin. I don't know why you would think they would be separate ruins. Why there would be like a ruin under one and a ruin under another or something like that. It's kind of weird. Said to be the ruins of a temple. Severely damaged when the town was rebuilt, but Mr. Gadan says that they are still not sufficiently destroyed. It's kind of a strange line. I'm not sure exactly what they are going for with that, but town was built on the ruins of an old temple of Granis. That is why the town is blessed. That would make sense. They have a strange shape. And if there was something in the center, as if something were buried. Heard of an excavation at the base of the pillars. Pillars run deep, too deep to be removed. You could always just cut them off at ground height level, but maybe they don't have the technology for that. Who knows? Sound familiar? Ruined temple, burial mound, unholy piece of Almar sealed up inside? Yeah, sounds about right. It cannot be, but it probably is. You haven't heard of such a thing. Well, we have. We've dealt with this before. Then we can really be on our way. Let's get out of here before more bullshit happens. Whoa there. I'm not sure. Gumshoe? I think that one's a little too old for me. I don't recall hunting down reawakening good or god of evil as being part of my job description. Ah. I will not ignore my duty. I most certainly will not ignore these people. We must aid them. Now you're just being stubborn. Let's try to be rational here. 1. I am not being paid. I repeat, I am not being paid.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
2. Grandia should be more than able to take care of Valmar without us. 3. You need to get the cathedral as soon as possible. Rito, please, I cannot ignore their suffering. I might as well never take another step toward the cathedral. So, you will not be moved then. Very well, I will help them by myself. I'll have to protect you, of course. Stop it with the self-righteous expression. Come on, make a nice face for me. And I think that's the only time that one shows up as a portrait. But yeah, that's kind of funny. We'll check out the ruins, but tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll take the Skyway no matter how many kittens are stuck in trees. Oh. It seems that, well, like, he's basically stuck with her. His job is to protect her. So basically, if she decides... Bloody coughing fit. If she decides to stay, then he has to stay to protect her, because that's his job. So he's kind of hinting to her a time or two, even just in this episode, that, yeah, he's going to stick around regardless. There's much danger, which basically means there's going to be monsters because it's a dungeon. This one's actually a dungeon. It's not like just an area map where, you know, you're in the plains or on a mountain or whatever. We're actually going into a dungeon. I've had terrible dreams of late. Haunted by darkness. Does this mean that my soul is weak? Carry yourself accordingly. That doesn't particularly help me. But whatever. Let's get this over with. I just love the dialogue for this game. It's so much fun. And back to happy music. Let's see. Hey, wait a minute now. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle? Sounds like something they would say in this game. It's Mr. Mareg. How's it going, Beastman? Yeah. The smell of this place. It offends the earth. Tell me, is my brother here? What of Melphis? Where is he? Do you now? So he doesn't want to say. As you can tell, he speaks in a different kind of a dialect compared to anyone else we've met. I believe that's something unique to the Beastman race, if I'm not mistaken. Town is now deeply troubled. Please, will you... You're asking for his help after he tried to kill us? Will you help us put an end to it? Protect the power of which you speak from ever being used again. I shall join you. Yay, more party members. And as you might be able to guess, he is, yeah, he's kind of tanky. He's got more HP than everybody else. All right, he comes with a battle axe, shoulder pads. Pretty much everything he has now is better than the stuff we can buy at the store, or very, very close to it. He also comes with a Hercules brace, which I don't particularly need, but I don't have anything really all that better that I can give him at this point. He doesn't need move, and he doesn't need defense, so he might as well have some attack. We have no mana egg for him, but that's more than fun. And he comes with a weapon that's actually finally somebody has something better than the Sword of Purity that we got at the very start of the game. So, we now have more party members. Let's take them. Now, I pointed this out before. No, where are we going here? Yeah, here it is. Must be the hole they dug. This is the site of the opening there to the excavation. Smell of decay comes from below. The foul stench of that villain. Heads up, Mareg. Now, to me it made sense. Okay, we got the big guy. We needed him to open the gate. That's why we got the character. But no, Ryudo just opens it with his sword. I think it would have made more sense if we needed Mareg's strength to open it, and that's why he joined the party. But sure, that works too. And we have a new dungeon, and if we approach those little things, they will light up the area. There might be a Caro in here. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's not really, like, it's not dark enough to really worry about it too much. Ah, new enemies. Hello. Well, some new enemies. We're still fighting the same damn snakes from way earlier in the game. And these guys are the same too. They just look dark now. So they changed the color palette. You want to know what? They still die in one hit.
Rise, O flame!
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just one shot, they die.
I pray that we shall be safe ahead.
Now that we have Mareg, the strategy I went over a couple episodes ago of using sleep is a lot more effective because we have more damage output from the other, you know, because we have more characters now. Is this the right way? Oh, geez. Now, this area is very easy to get lost in, but that's back the way we can. That was a weird glitch. I think that's the first time I've seen that one. But yeah, so kind of having these lit is probably a good way of kind of figuring out where you're going and where you've been. So of course in that battle, since it was a repeat battle, I was able to double check my notes. So I should have a better idea of where all the treasures are floating around, assuming that the map that I have access to is right. That would be very beneficial for me. So there's the first one. Now I'm going to actually go back the way I came because I think I missed the first turn. So let's turn that on. So this one up here should... Okay, so the map's off already. Okay, well, that's where it was supposed to be. It just didn't have all that many turns in there on the map that I'm looking at. And then this one leads to a chasm there. So yeah. So then now I know where I am. That's good. So this is back up the way we first came. This is where we went right the first time. Now we want to head left. And there should be another turn floating around here. Yes, so we want to go right first. And did I already get that one? Maybe I already got that one. So I'm just going to double back real quick, and I forgot to put my timer on. I'm going to double back and make sure that I've taken this right path, because pretty much every right path has an item of some sort. Ah, there we go. Now I feel better. Now I was like, okay, I know there's more items around here. Okay. So let's head back in this direction. And this time we've already went to that right direction, so we're going to turn here. And now we want to take this right direction, I believe, as well. Okay, took care of him, so it should, yeah, should still be basically go right at every turn. And if I remember correctly, did we already pass it? No, we did not. So there should be a spot to the left, yeah, that leads to the cave level 2, which, as you can see, is different. And you may notice that these guys aren't actually new. They just kind of look different from one side. They look purple from one side and orange from the other side. These are the gargoyles that we fought at the beginning of the game. This is how long you'd have to wait to get the Purity Sword, or the Sword of Purity, whatever it is, if you didn't get it way earlier in the game. Let's see, let's go snooze a little bit.
Sleep.
Now, the higher your magic stat, the higher the chance that the spells status effects will go through, and the higher your mentality stat, the more resistant you are to being inflicted with status effects. But for the most part, you know, the percentage I quoted, I think, was like 70% last time for the sleep accuracy of snooze. It's pretty close to that most of the game. Now, did you just notice there between Ryudo and Rowan, they kind of ran into each other like idiots? Yeah, that kind of happens in the game, and that's often what will lead to those sweat marks and not being able to get anything. So we'll just finish the rest of these off with normal attacks since I've used a lot of Elena's MP already. But yeah, not too much to worry about. Basically, just alternate, really, as far as I'm concerned, alternate back and forth between using snooze and attacking and using a magical spell to just knock them all out in one shot. And the other thing we'll want to do, since we're kind of talking about that, let's make sure we came from that one. There's some money. And that leads into cave 1, and this is pretty much a dead end. We'll be able to get to that side in a little bit. But anyway, I think that's probably as good a place as any to stop. But before we do, the point I wanted to make was that we do need to level up Howl Slash so we can alternate. So almost maxed that out. That's good. So now we'll have Rowan be able to take care of some of them, and let's see, and Elena be able to take care of some of them. Both these two have snooze, so I can cast that. That'll be useful. And you, let's give you level 2 on Beast Fang Cut, which we've already seen. It's his cancel attack. This one is actually useful. It says special. It doesn't say who it's going to hit. It's an area of effect around Mareg. So it can be pretty useful, and especially if you're surrounded. And I will show off a use for that once I've gotten a couple levels into it. But as you can see, it costs a lot of SP, so it's not the best thing to have early on in the game. This one is a rarity. Normally, everyone's last spell, or most people's last spell, is something that does a lot of damage to all enemies. In this case, it just increases everyone's attack strength, or their attack stat, by 1. Remember, that goes between 1 and 5. It's not just, you know, a random, you know, 1 to strength. It's more than that, but it's still not all that useful. I probably won't use it, but it's there. Anyway, that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, we'll continue through this cave. Does it have a name? I don't know if it has a name. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.